You don't notice the moment it starts. That's the trick. The house looks ordinary. The town looks peaceful. Everything feels stable. But Beetlejuice is already lying to you. Because this is not a movie about ghosts. It's a movie about what happens after control disappears. Adam and Barbara Maitland don't die heroically. They don't get warnings from the universe. They don't get closure with their loved ones. They misjudge a bridge while trying to avoid a dog. And suddenly, life ends. There's no dramatic music. No grand meaning is attached to their final moment. It's just absence. And that matters, because in this world, death isn't an ending. It's a transfer. They return home expecting familiarity, only to discover something deeply unsettling. The house doesn't belong to them anymore. Time didn't stop when they did. Life didn't pause for their tragedy. The world kept going without them. And this is the first quiet horror of Beetlejuice. It's not about monsters or jump scares. It's about the chilling realization that the space you occupied can be filled so easily. Adam and Barbara try to understand what's happened, but the answers don't come from wise spirits or cryptic omens. They come from paperwork. A massive tome titled The Handbook for the Recently Deceased, with rules written by no one you can find. They discover a system, an afterlife that isn't hell or heaven. It's administration, an endless, uncaring, indifferent cosmic bureaucracy. And suddenly, the fear of death is replaced by something far more mundane, yet somehow more terrifying. Frustration? They're told to wait. They're told to read the manual. They're told not to interfere. But it's too late. Someone else has already moved in. The Dietz family. And this is where the movie sharpens its teeth. Because in the world of Beetlejuice, the living are far more dangerous than the dead. Charles Dietz, the father, sees a real estate opportunity, a chance to escape the city's pressures. His wife, Delia, a pretentious sculptor, sees a blank canvas. They don't want to understand the house's history or feel its charm. They want to own it, redesign it, rebrand it, erased everything that came before. The beautiful, handcrafted model of the town Adam spent so much time on. It's just clutter. The cozy, traditional decor, it's an embarrassment. They tear it all down, replacing warmth and personality with cold, sterile modern art. This isn't a haunting. It's a hostile takeover. They are relics, footnotes in the story of their own home. They tried to scare the Dietzes away, using classic ghostly tricks, but their efforts are pathetic. They stretch their faces. They moan from the attic, but it doesn't work. Why? Because they're ghosts without authority. They're playing by the rules in a world where the living make their own. Their haunting is ineffective because it's polite. It's considered this is where the true conflict emerges. It's not just about a house. It's a clash of values. The Maitlands represent creation, love, and a life built by hand. The living aren't just ignoring the dead. They're actively overriding them. The real horror isn't seeing a ghost. It's being a ghost and realizing you have no power. You are invisible. Not because you're transparent, but because you no longer matter to the people who hold the power. And that's when they get desperate. That's when they consider breaking the rules. And that's when they remember the ad they saw. The one for the freelance bioexorcist. A name whispered with a mix of fear and temptation. Beetle, when he finally appears, he isn't a demon or a devil. He's a sleazy, cosmic con man. A used car salesman of the supernatural. He doesn't offer salvation. He offers a shortcut. He represents the ultimate breakdown of order. He's the chaotic answer to the afterlife's rigid bureaucracy. He promises results, but his methods are pure anarchy. He's the opposite of the handbook. He's instinct, impulse, and pure, unfiltered. For Adam and Barbara, he's a last resort. They've tried being good ghosts. They've tried following the rules. It got them nowhere. Beetlejuice offers them what they've lost: control, the power to affect the living world again. But his help comes at a terrible price. He doesn't want to help them reclaim their home. He wants to unleash his own brand of chaos upon both the living and the dead. He's not on their side. He's only on his own. The one person who truly sees the Maitlands is Lydia Dietzy, the daughter, but she doesn't see them as a threat. She sees them as kindred spirits. She is just as much a ghost in her own family as they are in their own house, ignored by her father, who's consumed by relaxation, and her stepmother, who's obsessed with her art. Lydia feels invisible. She famously says, "I myself am strange and unusual." She connects with the Maitlands, not because they are ghosts, but because they are also outsiders, forgotten by the world moving on around them. Lydia is the heart of the movie, because she bridges the gap. She understands that the house isn't just property. It's a home with a history. This is what makes her different from every other character. She's the only one who bothers to listen. The climax isn't a battle for the house. It's a battle for Lydia. They summon Adam and Barbara against their will, turning their ethereal forms into decaying puppets for entertainment. This is the ultimate violation. Being a ghost was bad enough. Now they're a spectacle, and this forces Lydia's hand. To save her friends, she has to summon Beetlejuice, but in doing so, she unleashes something far worse. Beetlejuice hijacks the situation, trapping the adults and forcing Lydia into a marriage, a horrifying union that will bind him to the mortal world. The chaos he promised is finally here, and it's not fun or quirky. It's predatory and terrifying. In the end, it's not Beetlejuice's power that wins. It's the newfound courage of Adam and Barbara. They finally break the rules for the right reason. Not to get their house back, but to protect someone they care about. They finally learn how to be scary, not for selfish reasons, but for a selfless one. And it's this act of defiance, this reclamation of their agency, that allows them to defeat him. The movie doesn't end with the Dietzes leaving. It ends with them coexisting. The house becomes a shared space. The two families, one living and one dead, find a way to live together. Adam and Barbara become surrogate parents to Lydia, giving her the attention and understanding she craves. The Dietzes learn to respect the home's past. The house is no longer a monument to what was lost, but a living, breathing, and yes, haunted home. So, Beetlejuice isn't just a quirky horror comedy. It's a story about the terror of being forgotten, the frustration of bureaucracy, and the struggle to find your place in a world that has moved on without you. It tells us that the real monsters aren't the ones with scary faces, but the ones who try to erase you. And it reminds us that a home isn't just for walls and a roof. It's the people, living or dead, who fill it with life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.